So let's continue our tutorial. Let's see what we have. Okay, the next command we have is process status. I believe every user will be interested to know what are the processes running on our hard disks or CPUs and which one of them are taking the most CPU space. And Linux has a very specific command. We can try it out on our Ubuntu here. PSAUX. Let's see what processes is occupying our CPU. Well, as you can see, there are a number of processes here. Let's go one by one of these columns and try to understand what do they stand for. So the first one, user, is who are the users accessing our CPU and using it. And then PID, the next column, stands for process ID. That means each one of these processes have its own specific ID. Start, what time did this process start? Time, how much amount of CPU this process is utilizing. And then finally is a command. What command has started this process? As we can see on the last one, this is what command we used just now at 2243 and the amount of CPU it's utilizing, and it is this is my username. Okay, and we can move to the next one. Okay, let's see what we have. The next one we have is pipe output. Basically, the pipe function, pipe command, allows users to filter out most of the irrelevant information. It's basically a bridge between one command and another. For example, if we want to combine two files, as we learned yesterday, let's say cat, we have lab03 and lab05, cat lab03 and lab05. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it copies the whole two files here. So instead of displaying it here, what we can do, let's clear this up a bit. Let's open our files. So instead of printing the whole displaying the whole files here, combination of the files here, we can directly send it cat lab, we said 03 lab 05, and we use the pipe command here. Okay, LPR, which stands for which is command for printing, -p, which stands for printer, and then the name of the printer, Epson 2500, as we used as an example yesterday. I'm not sure if this function works because, as we saw yesterday, the LPR functions are not available in this version of Ubuntu. Let's try it. Lab03, it says lab03 doesn't exist, and then for LPR it says it's not available in this version. So, but I hope you basically understood the meaning, the relevance of this pipe out command. And then we can move on to the next one, which is pattern matching. On the pattern matching, it's similar to pipe out. In this one, it also helps us to filter out irrelevant information that can be on our display. I can simply show it on Ubuntu. For example, let's try again displaying all the processes. here. Okay, it shows all this. It shows all this. It shows all these processes here. So now we would like to use, for example, Snapfuse, the process Snapfuse. We want to filter only Snapfuse using the grep pattern matching command. Okay, let's try if it works out. PS AUX, this is the command to list all the processes. We use again the pipe out function, and then let's select grep Snapfuse. Let's see if it works out. Yes, as we can see, it only filtered, it only used, it's only displaying Snapfuse processes among our process list. The users, we have here the process IDs, and then we have here what time it started, and then how much of the CPU it's utilizing here. So if we decide to kill, that means if we decide to stop one of these processes, I think users are familiar with it. The kill function on Windows, it's very easy and simple. I believe it's called end task. So in Linux, it uses literally the kill process. For example, however, in this command, kill command, we should remember that it needs the PID, which is process ID, to kill any of the processes. So let's try one. Kill, let's say 111 here. 111. Let's see if this function works in our Ubuntu. Okay, so probably there is a restriction in the user side that's not allowing to operate this function. But basically, in order to stop any command, any of the processes, we will need the PID of the process, and PID can be found on the whole once we have the entire list for running processes. Okay, so today we covered few additional commands of Linux. We had how to copy the entire tree function. We learned how to check the disk space. We also learned how to display the currently running processes and what are the main information that we can read from there. We also checked the pipe output or the filter, and then the pattern matching, and finally we learned the kill process. Overall, in our slides here, in our tutorial here, we covered basic information about Linux, the background, its main distributions, how to download, install, and set up to use the Linux, and then we dived into basic commands under Linux. We learned home directories, manual pages, printing, and today we continue with disk space and others in our tutorials. Hopefully this tutorial will be useful for all of you, and it will motivate everyone to learn, to continue learning about Linux. And please give us your feedback, your comments, how we can improve this tutorial. And we will look forward having our other tutorials with you in the future. Thank you and keep learning.